Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be a real game changer. We're talking about a name that's been making waves across the NFL landscape lately, and it's none other than Christian Wilkins. Yes, that Christian Wilkins, the talented defensive tackle who was recently released by the Las Vegas Raiders. And believe me, this isn't just some minor roster shuffle. No, this is a move that has the potential to shake up the NFC South and give the Atlanta Falcons a serious boost in their quest for dominance. So, how did we get here? Well, Wilkins, who was fresh off his first season with the Raiders after signing a hefty 4-year deal worth $110 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A contract that assured him a lot of money was suddenly cut loose. The Raiders handed him $5 million in guarantees, which made his release even more surprising to many around the league. You see, Wilkins was coming off a year where he was expected to be a key piece of that Raiders defensive line, but injuries and differences in opinion about his health status threw a wrench in the plans. It turns out that Wilkins had some issues with a foot injury that didn't heal as hoped, and that led to disagreements between him and the Raiders front office. During the 2024 season, he was limited to just 5 games, which is a huge blow for a player of his caliber. When he was on the field, Wilkins managed 17 total tackles, along with 2 sacks and 2 tackles for loss, so you can see the potential there, the talent that could still be unleashed with the right team and the right health. But here's where it gets really interesting for Atlanta fans. Wilkins, now a free agent, is a hot commodity. Multiple teams are eyeing him, and a lot of analysts believe that a team willing to take a chance on him could be very well rewarded. The thing is, he's still dealing with that foot injury, which isn't fully healed yet. That's a risk, no doubt, but talent like Wilkins doesn't come around every day, and sometimes teams are willing to overlook a bit of injury concern if they believe he can bounce back to his previous form. Looking back at his time with the Miami Dolphins, Wilkins was nothing short of a star. In his final year there before moving on to the Raiders, he posted 65 tackles and 9 sacks, which is pretty remarkable for a defensive tackle. 2023 was a breakout year for him, and that big deal from Las Vegas was a recognition of his talent and potential. Money-wise, Wilkins is set. That $5 million guaranteed from the Raiders makes his free agency even more intriguing because it signals that he's viewed as a highly valuable player, and teams might be more willing to take that gamble. Now, here's the thing. One team that has been mentioned as a potential landing spot for Wilkins is the Atlanta Falcons. And why not? The Falcons have been actively trying to upgrade their defense this offseason, and adding a player like Wilkins could be exactly what they need to take that next step. You see, Atlanta's defensive line has shown promise, but they lack that one game-changing interior presence who can clog running lanes, collapse the pocket, and provide leadership on the line. Wilkins, with his experience, size, and explosiveness, could be that guy. Even if he doesn't start right away, Wilkins could be a perfect addition as a rotational player, someone who can come in during critical moments, especially late in games or when facing tough opponents. His presence would give the Falcons more depth, more versatility, and importantly, a boost in run defense and pass rush. It's no secret that the Falcons want to be more disruptive up front, to put pressure on opposing quarterbacks and shut down the run game, and Wilkins could help them do just that. And let's not forget the history here. The Falcons showed serious interest in Wilkins last offseason before he signed with the Raiders. The team was in the mix and was willing to offer him a deal, but ultimately, the Raiders came in with a higher bid, and Wilkins signed on the dotted line. Now, with him available again, the Falcons are probably thinking, hey, maybe this time we can make it happen. After all, the team's front office has been very strategic about building a competitive roster, and bringing in a player of Wilkins' caliber could be a statement move. Imagine Wilkins lining up next to Grady Jarrett, creating chaos in the middle of the line, forcing offenses to double-team him, opening up opportunities for other pass rushers and linebackers. That kind of push up front can be the difference maker in close games, and for a team that's aiming to return to the playoffs and beyond, that's exactly the kind of impact they're looking for. Plus, with the Falcons' recent draft picks, they've been focusing on building a balanced and versatile defense, and Wilkins fits that mold perfectly. Now, it's worth mentioning that the NFL is a league driven by both talent and health, and Wilkins' foot injury is something to keep an eye on. But historically, players have bounced back from similar issues, and with the right medical treatment and rehab, he could be back to his dominant self sooner rather than later. The Falcons, known for their strong medical staff and focus on player health, could be an ideal environment for him to recover fully and contribute at a high level. Furthermore, the potential signing of Wilkins could set a tone for the division. The NFC South is a highly competitive division with teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New Orleans Saints, and Carolina Panthers all making moves this offseason. Adding someone like Wilkins could give Atlanta a significant edge, especially in the trenches, helping them establish a more intimidating defense that can frustrate even the best offenses in the league. It's all about that continuous growth, that push to be better, and Wilkins might just be the missing piece that takes the Falcons from a good team to a great one. Looking at the bigger picture, this move would also resonate with the Falcons' long-term strategy. The franchise has been rebuilding, focusing on young talent, and making smart off-season acquisitions. Bringing in Wilkins would send a strong message that they're serious about contending now, not just in the future. It would energize the locker room, excite the fan base, and send a signal to division rivals that the Falcons are not backing down from their quest to dominate the NFC South. And of course, the fans play a huge role here. Every time a team makes a bold move, it elevates the entire atmosphere around the franchise. They want a defense that can stand toe-to-toe with the best, that can close out games, and that can inspire confidence. Wilkins, with his proven track record and undeniable talent, embodies that kind of player. If the Falcons manage to land him, it could be the start of a new chapter, one where Atlanta is not only competing but asserting itself as a division powerhouse again. So, what do you think? Is Wilkins the right fit for Atlanta? Do you believe he can bounce back from his injury and be the game wrecker the team needs? The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this could be one of the biggest. The Falcons have the cap space, the motivation, and the history of making smart moves, so a signing like this could be just the beginning of something special. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. Do you think Wilkins is the piece that can push this team over the top? Or do you think they should look elsewhere? Whatever you believe, let's get the conversation going. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest news about your Atlanta Falcons. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, keep supporting your team through thick and thin. The season might still be a few months away, but the excitement is already building, and I'm here to keep you in the loop every step of the way. Thanks for watching, and let's go Falcons!